Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, which is, I guess, rarely heard here anymore here at Top Gun Options. A good morning with our daily SITREP, but we've moved our Tuesday and Thursday briefs back to 10 a.m. So the primary live trade brief is going to be here in about 34 minutes at 10 a.m. Eastern, and then the analyzer portfolios and weekly debrief will be Thursdays at 10. Accelerated retirement normal time tomorrow, and then obviously weekly options we did yesterday at 1 o'clock. So we're doing 1, 3, 1. I'm sorry, 1, 10, 1, 10. What a great 4-hour trade yesterday. We had a S&P 500 bear call spread. Let's take a look at that. It was the 30-40, 30-45 bear call spread. That thing was perfect. It was right around 30-40, 30-41, 30-42 going into the close, smashed down to 30-49, 48. What a great couple-hour trade. I did that with Amy, one of my coaching clients. Look at that. In the last 15 minutes thing, that's sold off right into the close. That made a max profit, a maximum profit of, in 4 or 5 hours, whatever that was, of $3,900. That was $3,900 in 4 or 5 hours. That's a couple years of a membership here at Top Gun Options in a couple hours. And we also got filled in the weekly options brief yesterday on the 30-55, 30-60 bear call spread out to Friday. Okay, this is out to Friday, folks. I am bearish on this market. That's risking about $5,800 to make $1,700. Look at the probability for making $1,700 in 4.5 days. This market is heading lower, folks. Yesterday was stupid. Okay, when stupid things happen in the market, you can make money. Why did the market go up yesterday? Trump sent out a tweet that the market's going up today. You bought the market on that? Choke yourself. Oh, well, there was good news on trade. You know, U.S. And China are close to finalizing some sections of the trade deal. The president said that. The president said yesterday that, you know, things are ahead of schedule and things are looking good. What are you, Charlie Brown? He's like Lucy with the football. We've heard this for 18, 19. I think we're on 20 months of this. Back in the old days, a year and a half ago, Trump walking out to Marine One. Just got off the phone with Xi. Great guy, plays golf great, hell of a hook. We're getting a deal done. It's huge, going to be huge. Market's up 1,000 points. Now, we got 150 points out of Trump saying things are looking good in trade. Are you nuts? Record high, almost record high, almost record high, blew through record high. Fed meeting, they cut, implosion. Fed meeting, cut, implosion. Fed meeting tomorrow, they're going to cut. Rally? Come on, guys, use your brain. And not only is our Fed doing invisible QE4, the Chinese government's doing the same thing, right? But obviously all eyes are on the November 16, 17 meeting down in Santiago, Chile at the APEC summit, right? The Asia Pacific Economic Conference or whatever. They're expected to sign an interim trade deal. Oh, there's some fine print. If everything goes smoothly. Here's how smoothly it's going to go, folks. Listen to me. I've been doing this for 20 months, trading and printing money on this trade deal crap. I don't think the U.S. financial media are listening to what the Chinese are saying. You have to be following the Global Times on your Twitter feed, man, which is the official mouthpiece of their government. They ain't signing anything unless what? All, not some, all tariffs are removed. I'm pausing for effect, folks, because it sounds like Lighthizer, Mnuchin, they obviously know this. They're in, well, they haven't been in any room in a while. These are phone calls. But the Chinese are saying, hey, man, I don't know what phase one means, by the way, Americans. We want everything gone, and maybe we'll buy a soybean or two. Listen to the Chinese, folks. Don't listen to Lighthizer. Don't listen to Trump. Are you kidding me? The guy, touting everybody's 401ks yesterday and stuff like that. But where was he touting 401ks down here? So I'm a seller of this, man. Whenever you see a market on a Monday go up triple digits because the president said the market's going to go up and the China deal's moving forward ahead of schedule, that's when you put on a one-day bear call spread and you make $3,900. And the bear call spread from yesterday that we got filled on in the live trade brief is already up, as I'm talking about, $500. So I just think we're heading lower. Global stocks obviously are slipping right now as investors look ahead to earnings. Earnings haven't been good, guys. Earnings have been mixed at best. It's obviously the expectations were so low that, if you can't hit the ball over the net, you kind of roll it over the net and the market goes up. That's not going to drive this market higher. Mixed earnings, good earnings, I get. Market goes up. Mixed earnings in this environment, bad earnings, market should go down. But I predicted this yesterday. I did this in Monday's Market Outlook. I said, hey, sell this rip. Record highs. And one of the biggest things that I told, one of the reasons I felt comfortable taking a 4 or 5 hour, essentially a day trade to make nearly $4,000 was what? And it's doing it again today. What was up yesterday? The market whiz. What was up yesterday? The VIX. Market up, VIX up, something is up. I told you to get long volatility. If you're not long volatility going into this Fed meeting tomorrow when I think they can only disappoint, you're nuts. You're nuts. You have got to be hedged against the Fed letting us down. They've let us down twice before, and it's been pretty damn ugly. Great coffee read this morning in the Journal. Powell faces tightrope act, framing potential pause on rate cuts. Do you think the market is – so these other two rate cuts was a mid-cycle adjustment implosion. This one was a hawkish cut. Things are fantastic. This is an insurance cut. Mid-cycle cut, which sounded like they were maybe kind of done, and then that happened. So after this happened, the market said, well, this was a shit show. Obviously, the Fed has to cut to make us feel better. This one, they said, things are good, we're back, but this one's an insurance cut, a little bit of an inoculation. So what's this one going to be? He really is. This is a great read. If you have the Journal, read this one, man. We'll cover this at 10 a.m. in our primary live trade brief, but this is going to be a very, very interesting Fed meeting because I just don't think I think they cut because the market is forcing them to. The Fed funds futures rate for tomorrow is at what, a 90? If they don't cut, holy crap, look out below. We will see a temper tantrum. Markets go down a hell of a lot faster than they go up, folks. So I think the market gets its cut, but he's going to do the tightrope of don't expect any more. As stocks hover near record highs, past pullbacks worry investors. When you see headlines like this in the Journal, it's time to get long volatility. The last time they said one of those was here. The last time they said that before that was right there. The times when I tell my members to get long volatility have been pretty damn spot on. When vol is cheap, you buy it. When it's expensive, you sell it. The VIX down here the other day at 12 was stupid cheap. You need to have some volatility on, man. So let's take a look at a one-year chart of the VIX. Look at it's a heart rate monitor, folks. Oops. It's a heart rate monitor. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and flat. We're dead. There's nothing bad going on. Come on, man. Pull this leg and it plays jingle bells. Somebody just made a huge bet that the market crashes before April. Could not agree with that. And if you take a look at the VIX front months here, man, look at this. 15, there's some great forecasts that the VIX is going to be a hell of a lot higher than it is right now. We might get our October swoon tomorrow on the second to the last day in October. We have not had a October pullback, folks. Okay? This market is ripe for a pullback. If you don't know what the Fed's going to do, sit on your hands. Don't do anything and hang out. Grab some popcorn and watch. If you believe like that, and what the Fed's going to do tomorrow is cut and say, we're going to sit on our hands, the market's not going to like that. It might eventually, right? I mean, once the market says, well, the reason the Fed ain't cutting anymore is because they think the economy's good. Okay. What I'm getting at, folks, get long volatility. I'm short the market. Like I said, $3,900 one-day profit on a coaching trade that I did with Amy. Very happy about that. She actually made $4,000 in a couple hours. And then this bear call spread that we put on yesterday through Friday is looking. Through Friday. Through tomorrow is looking pretty good as well. This is a Wednesday trade. I don't know why the hell I have Friday on the brain. Friday's a world away, folks, and we have non non-farm payroll on Friday. So there's a lot going on this week, from the Fed meeting tomorrow to non-farm payroll. So I think this trade is looking pretty solid. This expires tomorrow. It's already up about $400. Looking good. All right, folks, I'll see you at 10 a.m. In the primary live trade brief. We're going to take a look at getting bearish on EWZ. That's our Brazilian ETF. This thing has literally been on a tear. After the last two Fed meetings, it has sold off as well with our market, and also because their central bank is doing the Jerome Powell. We're cutting, even though everything's good, but we might pause. EWZ is going to be going down here. So I just sent out an email and a text alert on that, and we'll cover it in 24 minutes. I got to get ready, go do my Intel brief, and I'll see you guys at 10 a.m. God bless.